I'm Jazz, and this is All That Jazz Recovery Podcast. What is a normie? What is 13 stepping? And are you an alcoholic? What is a normie? A normie is someone that can be codependent, but does not have a substance abuse problem. That is an alcoholic or a drug addict. A normie is someone that does not actually think about the alcohol, plan for the alcohol, try to cut back on the alcohol, try to have dry January, trying to do things like, oh, I'm just going to drink wine now, I'm just going to have beer. So a normie doesn't think of those things like an alcoholic does. As an alcoholic, I used to think about my alcohol, how to not have it in my life, how to have it in my life. Like there was thoughts of alcohol often, and it was definitely something that took up time and space. What is 13 stepping? 13 stepping is you're fresh in the rooms, and people with more sobriety or more time than you in whatever program you're at kind of come in and get a little too close. And it's super not okay in the rooms. And what this is that people that come in the rooms are very vulnerable. And there are predators in the rooms that you have to be careful of. So 13 stepping is like, there are some rooms where they have to warn you about it and you have to be careful. And I know, speaking for myself, girls talk. Like girls are talking amongst other girls about who not to go around or who to talk to and who's hitting on who. So when someone's 13 stepping, that someone's already been warned about you and it's talked about. So you're either going to be that guy or you just don't. Like us girls talk and we protect each other, and the word is already out. So if you think that you're getting away with it, you're not. You're noticed. And we're being careful of you. So 13 stepping is highly frowned upon in the rooms, but it is when a vulnerable person is maybe being, hit on a few times. Someone has maybe some intentions that are not appropriate for those kind of places. So, like I always say, it's best to refrain from any kind of intimate relationships in the first year. And anyone that you like, it's just best to have time to yourself for that recovery time. So that is what 13 stepping is. And are you a normie or are you an alcoholic? Well, I know both. I am an alcoholic, but I know normies. And a lot of normies can drink and then not drink again for like the whole week and not think about it. Or like go to things and not think about, should we get booze or not? Like normies don't need the alcohol for their life to be better. They don't need the alcohol on vacation. They don't need the alcohol at dinner time. Alcoholics like alcohol and want alcohol. So there is no going without. Like it is just part of their life and lifestyle. And it doesn't have to be that you don't have to be like a raging alcoholic to be an alcoholic. Like there's so many types of alcoholics. The thing is that you like it a lot and you think about it. It's in your life. And you know what? It isn't easy to just go off it. The one of the things they say in the big book is, if you want to know if you're an alcoholic, try going without. Just cut it off and don't think about it. That person who does that's going to know real quick inside if they're an alcoholic or not. Does that get revealed? It depends on if that person wants to take that walk or not. But most of the time people don't just read the big book and then go, I'm going to go get better now. It happens on the time that it's supposed to happen for that person when they want to get sober or look at that stuff. So a normie is a really common term in Alcoholics Anonymous. And it is those people that literally can have a glass of wine and just leave, have a few sips and forget about their wine glass and not go back and drink their wine. I was the kind of person, and I was kind of like a ragey alcoholic. I mean, I never let it drop. I never would ever leave my wine and would make sure I always drink all of it. And then I'd always made sure that I had more for the next day or night or for after the party. I made sure that when I was going to go home and drink later, I only showed you what was acceptable to see, but I always had more. Like, and if I was going to be really hungover, I was going to have more for the morning. Like I was going to have something. Like I was always incorporating and working to get that alcohol around and keep that alcohol around. So it can be a lot of work being an alcoholic. And I think it's just really quiet when you're a normie. Like my mom is a normie, my best friend is a normie. And it's just like not a big deal to not have alcohol. And they don't have alcohol around in their house. Like there's not a lot of bottles anywhere. Like it's actually kind of hard to even tell if they are drinkers or not. Like it's not something that's in their life, that they don't make it a thing in their life. There isn't a wine fridge and there isn't a bar. Like it's really not something of importance. It's, I used to like always try to get my mom and best friend to drink, and like I was the party girl, so I really pushed people a lot to drink and party. And it was hard work to get those normies to drink sometimes. Like, it's kind of like, you guys are party poopers. But, I did really get my one girlfriend there to drink a lot. But she could just never think about it again once it was done. And I as the alcoholic, it just was the way I lived my life. And everything was just funner and greater with that alcohol. So I can't even believe I'm saying this today as a sober person and do not have the obsession to drink anymore. Like, that's a beautiful gift of recovery. It was something that took time to go away. It took me, I think, a few months in early recovery before that obsession to stop. Like, I still was worried about what's it going to be like after work when I want to get off work and have a drink. What's it going to be like when I go out for here and I don't, hang out with this person and feel insecure and not have booze. Like, how am I going to be? Like, it was, the obsession does leave. And I think the thing with normies is that the obsession isn't there and it's not a necessity for things. So that to me is the difference between a normie and an alcoholic. And normie is what we call people that aren't alcoholics. And lucky for them that they don't have to deal with that in a way. Because my alcoholism can dress itself up into all kinds of behaviors. When I'm not drinking, it can be something else. So I'm really mindful of when my feelings are off and then my actions start being not normal and being off. I usually have to look in and see what that's about. Am I cleaning too much to keep myself distracted? I really have to pay attention to those things. So a few little recovery things and the 13th stepping. Big no, shouldn't do it. And it is suggested highly in the rooms to not do that, as mentioned. But it's just so you know, people know who's 13 stepping. And your name has already been told and is already out there. So it's not good. Don't do it. And be aware of it, that it is around. And it's just something to be mindful for. But that's what 13 stepping is. It's not a really good topic. It's not friendly. It's kind of yucky. So anyways, hope to see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.